All right, welcome everyone to another episode of Wong Chat. We are on episode, you know what, I actually lost count. Where are we at now? We are on number 39. We're getting closer and closer to 50. I think at 50, I will really do a special episode. But today we have Curtis here on the show. And he is amazing. He's a good friend. You might not have seen him as much as you have heard him. He has a special voice, and you might have heard him a lot over YouTube. I'll let him talk about that journey a bit more too, because I'm not sure how he got there. I just remember seeing this awesome gentleman at a convention, and then it was great, and I keep seeing him nonstop ever since then. But with COVID, we haven't really done that. Hopefully, get to do that soon.
I can't wait to go cosplay, and I'm just like, that's not happening for 3 years. It's like, do you get the virus isn't going to get bored like you are. That's it doesn't have it has a pretty big focus, which is spread.
That is the job. Like, it's trying to kill as much people as possible.
Well, here's what's happened. Earth is being invaded by a foreign enemy. The entire planet is being invaded by an organism that hops off the backs of people, and it's just, I mean, I live in Canada.
Like, people will like get together because of that, right? Like, I feel like if a real alien invasion, we will try to fight it all as a one country.
Social media has been both a blessing and a curse, as it has very been evidently shown. Which is like, well, people I hate want to do that, so I don't want to do that.
Well,
I'm just talking generally, because that's pretty universal across the entire political spectrum. It's just, this is one of those things that it doesn't give a fuck about politics. It's a virus. Mm-hmm. It spreads. It's real, and people are already. If you don't wear a mask, it causes a problem when you go out. I went out to get my insurance done up for my car, and I wore a medical mask.
Mm-hmm.
I wore a medical mask there. They actually had me wait outside the insurance place. I knocked on the window. They came up. They asked me to immediately clean my hands before coming in. Like, immediately.
Good. That's good.
That they had me sit down in front of one of their desks, and they had the big plexiglass shield that is going to be standard on everything in the service industry now.
How long do you think it might last? That's going to
last. This is going to last for years. Because here's the thing, it's not even that we're waiting for a vaccine. Once they figure out how to make the vaccine, then they got to mass produce the vaccine. Then they got to distribute the vaccine. And everyone's like, oh, just a couple months, right? No. Like,
couple months would be step one.
All you got to do is, like, I decided to follow a bunch of virologists on Twitter, because I wanted to follow, okay, these guys, they literally went to school for this. Let's see what they have to say. And they're just like, buckle up for 3 years, buckaroos. And I'm just like, all right, well, I mean, like, I'm going to listen to them. It's like, I don't go to Burger King to talk about my finances. I go to the bank to do that. I talk to the experts who went to school for the subject.
People get their news, and now everyone's an expert now on Twitter.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not experts.
They're not. They think they are. Oh, definitely they're not. No, like, you have people who like, oh yeah, I know everything about virus now because I read about it, or like I'm on Twitter, and then now everyone's about liberty.
I'm 32, and I just started figuring out some shit in my life, like people just want to think they got everything like fucking figured out immediately. It's like people's life journeys and education is not linear. It is not a race. It is a marathon for a lot of people. And some people just miss a lot of information, but because they don't want to look stupid, they pretend that they know what the fuck they're talking about. So if I'm going to parrot anyone's talking points, it's going to be a fucking virologist who went to school to study viruses.
For years.
I feel like it's the guy who made it his life goal. I'm going to listen to him because he's seen, oh yeah, but he's in it for it to be bad. Why? Why would he want it to be bad? When he's doing his job well, there isn't a problem. That was the whole issue.
I feel like they all, like, is someone who spends so much of their life to care about something. I'm like, yeah, he's definitely doing this just to get famous. Like,
this is like, yeah, no shit. This is the only time he gets to be famous. You think he wants to be famous? It's like the worst horror for them. When people actually give a shit about their job, that's when you got to be scared.
I'm scared.
I watched. Yeah. There's a Netflix series called How to Prepare for a Pandemic. They covered it on the ground level, prevention and like cures. They covered it on every single perspective, and I watched it. It calmed me down a little bit because I saw how smart the experts are. Those who actually fight this on the front line, those who actually fight it at home, those who work on cures. I met these people and their drive to cure and prevent illnesses from spreading. To watch them talk about this was, I'll be honest, incredibly empowering, and I was really glad to watch it because it eased a little bit of my anxiety, but it didn't really change. Because I'll say this. I should talk about what I actually do online instead of talk about the virus. But I think this is it is fun. I told you this before the show started. One of the things about this, which was really interesting to me, is I had a breakup. I got sick. My phone broke. I had to go get my phone fixed. So I pretty much was out of society for a little while. Yeah. So the first news update I get on my phone, though, the second I sit in my car, is bloop, city of 38 million people in Wuhan trying to put under quarantine for unknown illness. It's the plot to Resident Evil. What it is, man. That's what it is. I'm just looking at my phone like, So I did my research and I just started reading into what was coming, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, and I thought there was one of two ways. Either I'm preparing correctly, or I'm absolutely insane. And I went like, shit. I don't like these odds. So like, I actually ended up buying a box of masks because at that point no one was buying them yet. So I picked up a box of masks for my elderly parents. For my family and for my friends who weren't taking it seriously yet. And I handed over masks to them, and my one friend's like, oh, I think you're freaking out a bit. I'm like, how about this? How about we gamble? If I'm right, I'm going to be really happy you have these masks. If I'm wrong, you get to make fun of me at a convention. And then I heard from them a couple months later, fuck, you were right. And I went like, and I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy winning that bet. That's a bad bet. That's a bad. Yep. I don't want to be right about this thing. Either way, I was gonna lose lose something. But it's one of those things. But yeah, no, I was following it back in mid-January when it first started cropping up here, and I realized that like, oh shit, that people are gonna take this seriously because it was a boy cries wolf kind of situation because we kept being fearmongering, like every disease, watch out, Ebola's coming, and every I'm like, news. Ebola is scary, don't get me wrong, but it can't spread. So when I heard that this thing could spread asymptomatically, I went, oh, fuck. Because because Ebola doesn't spread asymptomatically, to my knowledge. I could be fucking wrong. I'm not a virologist. So
we also have that filler episode with the killer stingray. No. Not bees. What's it?
Murder hornets.
Yes, Murder Hornet. That was an episode.
That was this new. They're here, and they're ready. I like how they came out, but then all the protesting happened. And like, did the Hornets just leave? They're like, no, dude, you're busy. We'll come back later, America.
Yeah, but like everyone's saying, like, it's just a filler episode for like this season.
But yeah, for those who don't know me, I'm Takahata101, and I work on DragonBall Z Abridged and Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, and I've had the absolute pleasure of being able to work and write with tons of amazing, talented people in different parody works online, as well as done voiceover for video games like Monster Prom just came to the Switch, and I play the coach in that. That's right, I play the coach. That's right, good idea, move. Well, I don't know about that. And it's just, yeah. I've been really blessed to have a lot of these opportunities. And all actors say, I'm so blessed. I'm just so blessed. It's true, though. Anytime you get asked, hey, can we add you to this thing to make it better? Why me, though? But then you got to write that line of like, I'm a hack. What are you talking about? And of course you want me. I'm brilliant. You have to like be both simultaneously. Yes. Yeah, you got to have the biggest ego, but also the biggest humbling. That's why you see a lot of the biggest actors will just shit on themselves to start off. You're so talented. Fucking no, I'm not. Because they will never accept that reality about themselves because then they'll stop growing.
Exactly. I mean, that's how all of us as content creator, influencer, whatever, artist, whatever, we just like, no, like this is imposter syndrome. Like, no, there's no way. Like, I mean, I can do this. Anyone can do what I'm doing. I just so happen to do it. Just not you. That's all. You could have done this. That's it. And then, but at the same time, it's always a mixture. Like people say, "Oh, I got lucky," and I like to think of it like a metric. Like hard work plus talent equals luck. Because if you work hard and you're talented, you can get pretty far. If you're talented but you don't work hard, you get some things.
if you work really hard, but you're not the most talented, you'll still get some things. But
I
if you're
think that
both,
works well in America. Like,
yeah,
hopefully, yeah. In many places, it's kind of hard too.
yeah, no, it's absolutely difficult to get involved in the industry. Here's the thing: I've voiced in tons of things, but I don't live near a hub. I used to live in Vancouver, but I didn't really get involved in the voiceover scene there by choice, just because I ended up falling into Twitch streaming instead, and I just it's more satisfying because I'm able to just I'm able to be myself. I'm able to engage with people directly, and I like that a lot because I feel like being able to do something like that is like it's more rewarding for other people too, if that makes sense. It's weird, like because that's why I like shows that include the chat and the audience because it's like the most fun. Like one of the things I work on is a wrestling show called
Yes,
Multiverse
you
and
told me
Nexus.
about this before you were starting it. Yeah.
Multiverse and Nexus Wrestling. No, that's the other thing. I've told you two things. I've told you two. I have two wrestling shows. Yes, I know, dude. I'm a wrestling mark. But the one live one I do on Twitch is we actually just play 2K19, like the newest, most playable version of the game. People just make their characters and they upload them. So what I've done is we just write a story based on the characters they've created, and they write and cut their own promos. And they actually and we play the promos online. They call each other out and they challenge each other. And then we put the AI on max difficulty, and then the AI fight each other, and we let the RNG of the game dictate everything. That's so it's like being a DM. It's not very deep. Here's the thing: like being a DM is like a deep trench of what you can do. This is like limitation, but it's very wide because we now between two shows have over 180 people.
It's
like 180.
Crazy.
It is, but it's also a fuck ton of fun when you have a big 8-man match and everyone wants to win it, so they're all just talking shit while their characters are wrestling. It's fun. It's fun because like a lot of people, you can sit there and be good at a video game, and people can watch that if they want. I like playing games that like let people be more interactive to a certain degree because I think we all want to be included, and that's a big thing. For a lot of us, we just want when we find out we weren't included in something that a lot of people we like were included in, we're like, shit, what did I do wrong?
It feels weird because like, you feel like, I don't care about you guys, but at the same time, it's like I should have been part of this. Like I was cool enough. Like we talk all the time. Like
I could tell you a million projects I either could have or did audition for that all my friends got cast, and I went like, fuck.
I don't even care for it anyways. Whatever.
Oh, God, I totally cared for it. I'm mad. I'm not in it.
How you even got into DBC Abridged in the first place?
Oh, we started. We were inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and the creator, Little Karibo, he started the whole. He put a name to something that existed for a long time because technically, like the parodies existed for a long time, but parody utilizing pre-existing footage was very rare. But when Martin kind of put a name to it, because I mean, hell, remember the G.I. Joe PSAs? Body massage machine go. There was just guys ad-libbing by the microphone. That was like kind of like prototype. But then if you actually make it serialized, follow the story, lampoon the story itself, get people invested in these parody characters. It's a lot of fun. So when I found out there was a section of YouTube doing that, I immediately loved it because what I would do when I was a kid, or even like a teenager, I would pause a show I'd be watching, like an anime show of some sort, and it would just pause it and make a joke. I just want to make a joke. I imagined if it was a comedy, how I would write a joke in that moment, or what I thought would be funny. Which is not for everybody because humor's like food. Not everyone likes every type of food.
I thought about like doing comedy after everything's opened back up, but like secretly. Like I won't do it like actually like tell people like, hey guys, come to see my first show or whatever. I want to try out the water because I feel like in the beginning I'm gonna suck really bad.
You're gonna suck right out the gate. You might have one good bit and you just got to build tons of terrible things to lift that up. That's just how it is. Like when I first started writing, my first script has 2 jokes I still think are good. The other 8 minutes is garbage. There's a scene, and the first thing I ever abridged was G Gundam Abridged. The opening scene of G Gundam, this guy watches a Gundam land to the ground. It's in Italy. The character's called Michelo Chera. He's like, ooh. And the character's like, well, look what's here. And he crushes a bottle in his hand. It's time to fight. Like it's like Street Fighter meets Gundam. It's fun as shit. It is the only thing of its type, and I love that shit. But one thing about it that always in that moment I thought would be funny is he shatters it and goes, ah! Like he didn't mean to shatter it. Like he just broke a bottle in his hand. So he just screams, and then we cut to the intro. That was one of the first jokes I ever wrote for the series, and I still think it was pretty fucking funny. And we found out we could actually loop a guy's face being shoved into a pizza over and over again. So we just did that. So we just did, you tell me what I want to know. Because they're in Italy, obviously. So everyone had a bad Italian accent. Like, we'd never voice acted before. Me and my friend, Cheeseman Joe, his name is Jonathan Squinard. We started out together. And he was a wonderful editor. He's a great guy. And it was just, it came down to, we had to do the voice acting. To like, because we were making jokes, right? So we had to quickly record the voiceover while we were writing it, and it was just kind of a means to an end. And then one thing leads to another, and we all start chatting with one another. And then I luckily get involved in a big, project with a lot of the people who really inspired me to get started, with like Lanny Bator, Kaiser Neko, Little Karibo eventually joined on the voice cast, and it was it was weird because I still am a big fanboy for Little Karibo, Martin. And I would obsessively show people his stuff before I even got started working on it. I would be like, hey, you got to watch this. This is great. And then a couple of years later, I ended up being a groomsman at his wedding. And I thought about that. Yeah, it is. But it's just because I wanted to go do something and make something with other people. And I was just really, really, really... I'm really appreciative of like all the opportunities that I've been awarded.
Hard work and talented.
Let's maybe not hard work. I luckily have a lower voice, so that helps a bit. I have a deviated septum though, but I always hold down the nasal, but there's a slight nasaliness to my voice. But yeah, my nose is broken on the inside. Yeah, my nose is broken.
Is it born that way, or you got hit?
Oh no, I got hit. I got hit in high school. I was bullied like crazy, but that's not exactly a shocker, and that's not.
You're tall though.
Yeah, that doesn't matter when you're obnoxious. Because I would always pause shows to make jokes. I would also always make jokes at other people's expenses in high school, and it was just it just was the only thing that really made sense to me, and that's why I was a wonderful C average student. Which
pass. C is passing.
C is passing, but it's like they grade you on a very general level. So
look, a lot of things that we do these days did not require much schooling. No. Like it's really hard to weird debates. Like
school needs to be rethought, but that's not exactly a hot take. School taught you a plethora of subjects, so you had a genuine understanding, but it was more or less meant to show you, okay, so what do you want to do? What do you actually want to learn out of everything you've learned so far? What do you want to follow through on here? But school was treated like this end-all, be-all, like you had to be good at fucking everything, which was stupid because no one is, except for that one kid. That one fucking kid who's just great at everything. Fuck that everything. Yeah, and they're nice too. They're nice too.
That's not fair. Yeah.
They're also nice and attractive.
You can't be that.
Damn
How
it!
dare you?
What would you kill people? Like, what do you do? Do you have a Dexter situation here happening? Like, where's the counterbalance? That's so unfair.
There is a girl in my school that was like that in high school, and everyone loved her. I was like, no, you don't get to do that. Like, it's not fair.
Congrats to them. As long as they were kind to other people and to people who weren't quite as good as them, then they deserve all the success they get. If they're not kind to other people, fuck them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they are. I haven't kept up with them recently, so.
I mean, I didn't even get an invite to my college graduation because I'm 32 fucking years old. Aren't you supposed to be invited back after 10 years? I didn't get mine. Oh, boy.
I don't know if you had one of those.
I want to have that episode of the TV show that is my life, though. I want to have that one where you go back and you just see how everyone's fucked up in different ways. Except for that one person. That one person was perfect at everything. Their life is amazing. Their partner's beautiful. They have kids that are well behaved. You fucking hate them. But you can't hate them because all you're wanting to being a hater.
They didn't do anything wrong. It's like, God damn it.
They didn't do anything wrong. They just won the genetic lottery. They don't have it. They don't have ADD.
People point that way.
It's unlike some people, but no. Yeah, no. But as you can see, I have ADHD. I have attention deficit.
But that's perfect for what people want to say for like all the content that we make, because people have ADHD as well. So people that are consuming it, they're like, cool. Okay, cool. What's next? You know,
it's like having 5 lines of thought all trying to rush through the door at the same time constantly, and they constantly shift. It's really hard to stay focused if you're not on the right meds. And unfortunately, I'm not on the right meds. I'm on venlafaxine and Wellbutrin. I'm on an anti-anxiety and antidepressants. That's what I take. I'm very open about my medication. I hope that's not weird.
No, not at all.
No,
I'm just not too familiar myself.
No, it's one of those things that I take, and it's one of those things that I've just taken over the years, and it's really just helped me out.
I'm Chinese. We don't really believe much in therapists or depression.
Well, I look at it this way. It's weird. It's kind of strange to put it this way, but I look at it this way. With therapy is, our minds are like mazes or like puzzles sometimes, because sometimes what we're reacting to is a reaction to something else, or a reaction to another reaction to another reaction. Like it goes down all these levels. Why are you angry? Why are you pissed? Why don't you believe in yourself? It can be all traced back to something that happened in the past that you've never been able to reconcile with. And it just leaves you confused, and you don't know what to do. And a lot of people can get addicted to shit. And that's where I'll talk about different things that I'll talk about that ad nauseum here, and talk your ear off about that.
All years.
Well, I'm a recovering addict. It wasn't just alcohol I was addicted to. I also had a dopamine addiction issue.
Okay.
Now, dopamine can be triggered in a lot of ways. Cocaine is one of the most common things. I never did it though. Thank God.
Have you ever lived in LA though? Like, you know how easy it is to get cocaine in LA?
Luckily, every time I went to LA, I completely avoided it. My vices were dopamine addiction from certain interactions with people, and alcohol is what the two things I would just turn to. Do they
like compound together, make it even greater?
Yes, they do. The alcohol deals with the shame. Because would you like to know what the addiction cycle is? Would you like to know what the addiction cycle is?
Tell me, let me know.
Here's the addiction cycle. It is here it is. It's using, and then guilt, then the emotional trigger, then craving, then the ritual, which is where you do it, then you're using again.
Oh.
Ad nauseum, in a circle. Using into guilt, into emotional trigger, into craving, into ritual, into using, into guilt.
Explain to me emotional trigger. That's the one I'm not exactly sure.
You'll see something that's hard for you to deal with, or you'll see something that you can't deal with. You'll see something that from your past that makes you feel ashamed. That's the emotional trigger. It's like guilt leads into it pretty easily. That's a common thing. Is you feel guilty, then you want to go bury yourself in a substance. The way when you use it, you don't feel guilty anymore, because the guilt is almost impossible to deal with. This is why I believe in therapy. It's not for everybody. And therapists are also, there's a lot of bad therapists out there. I always see it like it's just the evolution of the wise man. If you have questions, you would go talk to the old man and the old man or the old woman in the village. Either or. You go talk to them. They've lived the longest life. They've seen the most bullshit, and they can talk you through the bullshit that they've seen. My therapist was a recovered alcoholic. She had drank for 23 years. She talks about that pretty openly. She turned her pain into a way to help people.
I see that you post about your soberness, like the journey through it. Is it a way? Is it for you to? Yeah, exactly. Is it like have you accountable for it? It's like kind of help.
It stopped me from drinking 3 times. I'm not kidding, because no matter what, again, that cycle. There's one part of the cycle they don't talk about. It's something that gets you into the cycle, and it is. There's actually another way. There's actually this is a bit more concise list. Actually, I looked this one up. It is okay. So it is substance abuse, loss of control, because you immediately promise yourself, "Oh, it's different. I've been in control. So once I start using this thing again, I'll be perfectly okay." That's always a lie. It's always a lie you tell yourself, because it's never ended up that way. I heard it termed it's never ends as one drink. It may start as one drink, but it never ends as one drink. And that's a very true thing about that.
To spiral after that.
Yeah. Guilt over use. Then you feel guilty because you're using again. You're using too much. Then cessation of use. And you stop. I won't use it anymore. I won't use it anymore. I won't use it anymore. No. Passage of time. Passage of time. Time goes on. Then you start getting internally frustrated because you don't have that substance in you anymore. Then the things you usually use that substance to mask start coming up again, and then you can't deal with it. So then you start fantasizing. Then you start fantasizing about what your addiction is, whatever it is. You start fantasizing about its use. You start fantasizing about what can happen. Then you start obsessing over it. And then you use. And then you lose control. And then you feel guilty. And then it loops on itself again. And that is
a game.
Yeah, addiction can be anything. Some people, like I'm hardwired to have dopamine issues, which is why I'll never gamble. I can actually never gamble, which sucks. It does. It sucks because it looks
not that
like
great.
Fun.
It's not that great.
That's why I don't want to do it. I know for a fact. When I went to Vegas, I had $150, and I was like, "That's all I got for gambling. That's my gambling money." I walked away with 90. I had
okay, that's not bad.
$5 blackjack. I just kept myself to $5 blackjack, which is I think the most chill thing ever. I would never touch poker or the wheel or anything like that. I would never touch that shit.
You might be good at pokers though. Like it's just you don't have to spend lots of money, but I just feel like you might be good at it.
Poker's scary because you're taking someone else's money, not the house's money.
But when it comes to poker, so you know people, you can tell people. So I feel like you would be a good person to be like, yeah, that guy's bluffing, or like, nope, he got something, I'm out.
I have too expressive of a face. I have too many tells. So every time I see guys wearing glasses, I'm like, oh man, smart move. I dig those. But that's what the addiction cycle is and that loops on itself. And you can get addicted to things they don't even warn you about. It's not just substances; it's also things that trigger the substance in your brain, dopamine. Like South Park talked about this exclusively. Actually, there was a whole episode about microtransactions and mobile apps. They had a whole thing, and they just talked about Stan wanted to talk to somebody, so Satan showed up, and Satan explained what dopamine is. He explained, like, here's the thing, you got this thing called dopamine, you know, whenever you eat food, have sex, whatever you want, and like, it just makes you want more and more. The problem is we have such ready access to so many things that we want, overuse becomes an immediate issue, and that's something that I had to deal with my alcohol use. And my dopamine issues.
Your dopamine issue, like, is it your specific action that you want to do, or is there multiple things?
I don't want to go super into detail on it because I still am trying to fully quantify what it is, but it would almost be the interaction with people on a romantic level. It would be, because here's the thing: they say when you first initially have something that could be a romance, there's a high that comes with it. They talk about that, right? There's a true high to that, and according to science, it's equivalent to that of cocaine. So unfortunately, yeah, I know they don't warn you about any of that. They don't warn you. By the way, kids, you can get addicted to falling in love. That can happen because your brain will just want more and more, and then when you don't have it, you'll feel useless. So then you'll start drinking until you act out. That's the cycle, class. It's true though, and it's something like I know you had me on here to talk about.
No, we can talk about anything. No, I don't mind. I enjoyed this.
Next, if you have me on again, I'll talk about actual like funny internet videos. But
we can talk about everything.
This is something that's very serious to me because
please.
Because like 5 years ago, I realized what a dark path I was going down. I was going down a really bad angle. I was going down a really bad direction. I made a lot of mistakes I feel regret for. And without people knowing them, I knew I needed to make a change. So I got my ass in therapy. And I resisted the therapist's advice sometimes because that involves change. Because change is hard.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're like in your late 20s.
Oh, yeah. And it's like in you're struggling with a dopamine and alcohol addiction. Like it's just it's just like you're trying to get off something while you're trying to correct yourself. It is work. You will do nothing and be exhausted. And that's the thing. That's why, like, and I hate quoting it, but Rick and Morty's Pickle Rick episode, like they nailed therapy in the last scene with the therapist. They nailed exactly what therapy is. It is hard work. It sucks. It's exhausting, and some people either do it or they don't, and they die. The choice is yours. So I decided to put in the work, and I turned a lot of things around, but I knew I needed to kick booze. So after where I was overindulging again, I overindulged, and I felt like I needed to make a change because fundamentally I did not like the person I was becoming and the person I was as well. Like I may have been able to put a lot of space between me and some other stuff from my past. or rather just like the how I used to be, but I still needed to effectively remove the biggest problem, which was alcohol, which constantly kicked me back into the cycle.
Is it genetic as well? Like, do you
Yes,
think like
it can. It is actually. It can be there.
what about for you?
And for me, I believe it is. Yes, I've
Mm.
done some research on some aspects of my family, and it is a common thing. But it one of the things is I managed to stay away from it, and even this week is a rough week for me. I
Mm.
feel the want to drink right now, and the excuses I just knocked down because I told myself excuses are going to happen. I'm going to make those. My brain is going to make those excuses. You've been so well behaved. You've been so good. You've been great.
You
Give
deserve
yourself
one.
exactly. But it never ends as one. It
Mhm.
never ends. It never ends as one with some people, and that's one of the people I am. And I look back at the car fire that is my my past, and I just like I can't drink ever again because if
Mm.
I want to be seen in a different light, I have to be so willing to change everything. And
Mm.
fundamentally, that's what I had to do, and that's where my focus has been the last couple of years, and it still will continue to be as I go forward here. And truthfully, I want to take my experiences, and I hope I can use it to help people, because
Mm.
that's a lot of people who have addiction issues and get out of them immediately look back and like, yo, I want to help those guys. That sucks, because it does.
Because they know how suck it was.
Oh yeah, some people don't even know they're addicted. That's the crazy thing. They don't know they're addicted until they start self-destructing. And the
Mhm.
problem is you're going to see so much social media addiction issues. You are going to see so many social media addiction issues in the future.
I mean, that's kind of how everyone in this generation is. Like, I wake up every morning,
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna check my phone
I,
before I
I'm
go to
addicted.
sleep. It is my phone.
I'm addicted to it too, dude. Like I still
Mhm.
deal with that addiction as well. We don't consider it addiction because everyone's doing it, but we
Mhm.
are.
And it's so new. It's so new. They don't even know.
You see, we're all just addicted. We're all just all the kids are addicted to their newfangled machines. No,
they're
the
right.
thing, but the thing is, we're all addicted to it because Twitter is a
Mhm.
dopamine dispenser. Every
Mhm.
flick down gives you a new rush of what's coming next.
Yep.
Immediate. And it's also it's been both good and bad in a lot of ways. Like it's helped movements like actually gain steam, but it's also being used as a weapon. It's used as a weapon as well, and there's little nuance in its
It.
use, and it's so easy to vilify people as well.
Oh
Like
yeah.
what because with the fact that because you can curate who you follow. So you can just
Mhm.
choose not to follow people you don't agree with. And that I mean there are some people out there who are fucking monsters. Let's not like avoid that, but I think in doing so that's really bad because that like God, I can rant about this forever.
It's an echo chamber. That's a problem.
Oh,
Like,
it turns into that, and then if you don't agree with the mass, then you're kicked out.
mhm.
And that's if you disagree with one thing, or you disagree about one aspect of it, or you want to have it maybe analyzed more, and then some people just won't agree. And this, I'm speaking as broadly as I can because politically, you can follow me on Twitter. You know what I believe in, but this goes just goes generally for everybody, and I think that's really dangerous because
I think the problem with America is such partyist. Like for example, even President Trump.
You could blame your news channels for turning politics into like I watch CNN. It's like Sportsnet. It's like Sportsnet. It's like Sportsnet for political factions. It's
It
like
gets
that's
more and more opinionated. Yeah.
And that's what's so fucked about it. And like there's one of the biggest problems is no one wants to forgive each other.
Oh yeah.
No one wants to forgive or offer forgiveness. And it's
I have the
just like,
problem with cancel culture because of that. Like the cancel culture came in, and then they'll try to dig up something you have done from long time ago, which we all have done. Dumb shit.
It's like my mom said it. She's like everyone's made mistakes, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah. But the thing is, oh my god, we're treading on difficult waters here.
We grew up before internet, so we got to do dumb shit, and that was not recorded.
The thing is, there are monsters out there that they have caught, and some of these monsters needed to be taken care of. There are absolute vehement monsters, and we could list them off here, and it wouldn't be a shocker, but we're not going to. But you know the monsters, like
Yep.
but with anything, it's just with what this could be used. It needs to be used with I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I can't quantify because I'm a white dude, so I don't know what I can.
Yeah,
I'm a white dude. I have my own perspective, and you know what? And it's sheltered. I see things through the lens of how I was raised, what I saw, and like as I've gotten older, I've become more aware of other people because of social media. And that's the thing. I'm able to talk to people about different struggles from different parts of the world who I never would have spoken to before, and learn about their fears, their anxieties. And that's a beautiful part of it too. And that's one of the reasons why I like the interconnectedness. It is just there's this need. And I just, it's not even necessarily, oh fuck, I'm trying to word this the right way, and it's such a tricky subject to properly say, because on one hand, you want to make sure that if there is someone out there actively going around hurting people,
you want to stop them.
As of this second, you want them to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also people who, like, a long time ago did something fucked up, but I feel like those should be treated differently. But I don't know if everyone wants to do that. And that's
But cancel culture is not about holding people accountable. Cancel culture is about, I'm the one who called this person out. I'm the hero, you know. They don't want to be.
It's not entirely, and that's the sad thing. It's such a nebulous thing that's changed and shifted as the months go on. It's changed fundamentally. That's not necessarily true as well.
I feel like it's similar
there are some people who just can't wait for the next thing to get mad about, the next person to feel morally superior than. But we destroyed our careers. This was fun.
It's the same as I think the women's rights movement, you know. There's a lot of good things that were done. I know you're like, ugh.
No. We shouldn't speak to that. We're guys. We're guys. We're guys. We shouldn't.
That's something I think is stupid too. Like, that is the whole people say, oh, you're not a woman, you can't speak on this. I'm like, no, that's not true. Like, here's the thing.
We shouldn't speak loudly. We should. And it's like I've always tethered myself to one thing, and I believe someone says you should tether yourself to a belief, and then your politics will follow as such. I believe in the autonomy of self. I believe someone shouldn't be able to tell someone what they can do with their body. Yeah. So that fundamentally goes across the board. I believe people should be able to do, and I'm a recovering addict saying this too. I choose not to drink alcohol. But if people want to drink booze, that's their prerogative. If they want to kick it, then you should be able to kick it. If people choose not to have a child when they feel they're not ready, that is their fucking fundamental right. To try and tell someone what they can do with their body is bullshit. It is.
Like as a woman, like, I feel like at any time, if there's anyone that's inside you that you don't want to, you should have to say, like, no, I want this out. Anytime, right? A guy, baby, whatever, you know, that should be your say, because it's there.
That just makes sense to me, because that's how I would want to be treated.
And here's
that's how I would want to be. That's how I would want to be treated. And I believe you should treat people how you want to be treated.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that just because you're not a woman, you're not allowed to say something for it. Because again, let me finish this part. Let me finish this point. Because you can say things that help them. That is,
you can boost.
Especially you in the privilege area. Yeah. Like here's the thing. I'm not a veteran, or like I'm not a old person. You know, I'm not a senior. But I feel like that we should take care of our seniors. That's something that I should say it, you know? Again, I'm not that one, but that doesn't mean I should have to say for it.
Once you get old, you want to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And that is why you want to take care of them now. And that's because you don't think it's right to treat them like shit, because you don't want to be treated like shit. Well, I mean, the whole dream, the American dream, was you retire at 65 and you just feel like you're better than everybody else till you're done. Like, that seemed to be like the plan. Like, my mom recently retired. My dad's retired. They're both retired now after everything they do. And my mom is teaching. She's teaching theater art. Actually, she's teaching speech arts now, to at part-time to local kids. And I think that's, like, amazing.
Is she doing it for fun? Is that why?
Yeah, she's doing it for fun, and she just charges enough to offset her costs. That's about it, to my knowledge. And my mom does it because she loves it. She has a passion for it, because she used to take my sister to speech arts and things like that, and she just became so knowledgeable about it, and she just wanted to work with kids. So my mom made that decision. Because of the pandemic, she can't really right now, so she's been doing Discord sessions. She's been doing Zoom. She's been doing Zoom sessions.
Dude, Zoom is making so much money.
Oh man, Zoom's so hot right now, right? But
right.
I guess if we've learned anything from my ignorance tonight, it's to quote the great Bill Burr, if you've learned anything from my ignorance tonight, know that, I think, and this is something that's very important that I think if more guys could just fucking admit this shit, I think we fucking don't know what we're talking about half the time. And the thing with guys is we're told like we should know what the fuck we're talking about. No, we don't know what we're talking about half the time. We don't, because we don't get all the information. I think one of the reasons why guys chime in when they really fucking shouldn't is because we have a natural disposition to want to fix shit.
Lots of people also will see it as a weakness if they admit that they don't know what they're talking about or they don't know the subject.
I have been through therapy for 5 years and I have learned how little I understood.
The more you know, the more you learn that you don't know it.
Exactly. Oh, that's well said. That's really well said. And that is like, to one thing, I will, if anyone's listening out there who needs to hear this, it is perfectly okay to reach out and get professional help if you feel you need it. If you feel you need it, there's no shame in it. If you have issues with your leg, you go to rehab for your leg. If you have issues with your heart, you go see a heart doctor. If you have a foot infection, you go see a foot doctor. If you have issues with your head, you go see a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or a therapist. One of the three. One who can identify what your issue is, one who can help you walk through that, and one who gives you drugs. And one who gives you the right drugs too.
Yeah. And it doesn't work for everybody. Yeah, it's not like one drug for all.
It does not work for everybody, and it's like a fine tune. I've switched drugs multiple times. I went on a drug that I went off of it, and I went hard into the booze, and I acted out so destructively that I'm still dealing with issues in regards to that stuff for a while. And this is the destruction of the addiction cycle, which is why I will only ever suggest people to reach out, find out what they can do to help themselves.
And just like what you said about the virologist, right? They spend years studying that. So
absolutely. Therapists, some are licensed, some are unlicensed. And again, therapists, I got to say, it's like really difficult to find a therapist that works because some of them have different mentalities about how you should tackle problems. And I'll say this, my therapist was a woman, and that gave me a very different, I used to have a psychiatrist, like a counselor in school. All my counselors were male. This is the first time I've ever worked with someone who wasn't male. And it was a very different experience because it is different hearing from people of different genders. And that is true. And that is a true thing with that. And it was an incredibly good experience. So it might be necessary to switch who you're speaking to, because how people break down thought is through their own knowledge. But not only that, the person I saw had her own trauma. And she even admits that she had a destructive past where she did a lot of things she's regretful for. But she decided to turn it around and took what happened and use it to help people. And one of the reasons why I post every week that I'm 1 week additionally sober is there's two reasons. Number one is that it keeps me honest and has prevented me from drinking, and I've said that. The other one is to not be ashamed of saying it. To not being ashamed of saying it. Like as you said, like I do voiceover work. I've gone to conventions. I do all these different things. And I have people messaging me about their own addiction issues. And they say they appreciate me being so open about it because it feels like they could be open about it. Because I have been blessed to be given a platform. I have been blessed enough that people like my work enough to want to follow me beyond just me quoting shit that I do. It's true. So I want to make sure that I'm, but I want to make sure that going forward in my life that I only use that to help out people who have dealt with similar issues because I can speak to it. At least because I'm still in the process. Because even as I said, right now at this moment, I really badly want to drink, but I'm not going to, because then I can't write 62 weeks sober on Monday. If I drink, I can't say that. I cannot say that if I drink. There's no way I could lie about that. That would crush me. And I'm not going to, because my goal is to get to 101 weeks, because my internet name is Takahata101. Now, people ask me, what's the meaning of the name? And I have to go, fuck, I got no meaning. Takahata was a character from a manga I was reading at the time, and 101 is just a number I always liked. So once I get to 101 weeks sober, I'm going to be getting a tattoo, my first ever tattoo, right here on my forearm that says 101. It says 101. And I will always remember that I stayed sober for 101 weeks. And if I'm capable of doing that, I'm capable of doing a lot of things.
50-something weeks away?
It is 40 weeks away.
40
61 weeks. 40 weeks away. Yeah. So I got to start
Wow.
designing that tattoo. It's just going to be very simple font. But what I'm thinking is put some pictures inside the numbers. Have the font be a bit thicker, but have pictures inside it. And I think just be like the Team 4-Star logo, just different things that have defined me in different moments, I think, and just have it be part of that. And yeah, so I hope this has been good, dude. Thank you so much for chatting with me. You caught me at a very, you caught me at a very,
this is fine.
You caught me at a very introspective time. You caught me at a very introspective moment in my life.
I'm glad, like, you have so much to share, and I'm just like, man, that's, I don't know. It's just.
We should talk more again in the future if you'll have me, and this time I'll hopefully be in a better mood.
No, it's not about better or not better. Like, especially as you just said, right? If you can do something that can, I mean, there's a little bit of background about myself too. Like, I was a resident advisor, like a RA, back in college. You know, I didn't know what I could do, but if I can help one kid, you know, better for the next years, you know, getting prepared for the futures, I feel like that's worth it.
I think all of us in our own way are trying to dig out the negative karma we create while learning who we are as a person. I think we're all trying to, I think that's something that should be encouraged and praised. I believe a life where you put more good into the world than bad is a life worth living. And that's the kind of life I want to live, because I have put bad into the world.
We have done some dumb shit.
Yeah, we have. And, but as long as we can learn from it, use it to prevent other people from making similar mistakes, we minimize the damage. And I think that is someone in recovery, that is my responsibility as someone who's been through it. So that's that's about all I have to say about it. Pop a beer.
Except
that's all I got to say about that.
Oh man, yeah. Next time, I'm definitely gonna have you back on sometimes to talk about so many different things too. We just touched the surface of many different things. Even what you talk about tonight, I feel like was just, you know, barely the surface.
No, absolutely. But if anyone's listening to this, I again reiterate: reach out for professional help. There is no shame in it. The reason why those services and those industries exist is because they're there to help people.
See, here, I have a personal question for you. That's more from me.
Oh no.
What do you think about the internet, the new dating culture of ghosting? I feel like that fucked people up really badly. No, because I had that problem.
What, you would ghost people?
No, I got ghosted.
Oh, it would be all great, and then they stop chatting with you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because everyone has ADHD. Everyone has ADD on Twitter and social media. Everything's.
Do you think that had to do with that dopamine as you talk about? That's what I'm trying to say.
You know what? There's a part of it. Here's the thing. I don't want to speak to it because I think there needs to be a study about it, but I guarantee it's because of dopamine imbalances in a lot of ways. As someone who sometimes I'll just be chatting someone and then I'll get scared about continuing chatting with them and then I'll stop. Yeah. It's just, it fucking, and this is the new microcosm of what the internet is it's all interconnected, but it's even easier to cut connections. And for those who don't have the emotion, and though for those who feel they have no other recourse, they'll do it. And is this being streamed?
All right, I know you gotta go, so I don't want to keep it for too long.
No worries, dude. Thank you so much for having me.
If people want to find you, how would they do so?
Twitch.tv/Takahata101 and Twitter at Takahata101.
Excellent.
My name is Trash Man. It's a you know, they talk about rebrand. Oh, I want to rebrand because I think I was trash at one point, and I was garbage. I felt the stink of it on me, you know. So like, what do you do? Would you just wait to be swept up, or do you turn it around? And I call myself Trash Man because I want to help sort it out.
Are you going to change into something else after you transform?
No, I have a different purpose. I have a different purpose, and I think that's kind of what I'm switching to it to a certain degree. And I think that's important because I believe fundamentally that if people put the work in, they put the time in, they can change, but they have to want to deep down in their soul. They have to want to, because as the Rick and Morty episode said, I hate quoting it. I hate quoting Rick and Morty, but this entire scene was purely Dan Harmon, the writer Dan Harmon, because he goes to therapy on an existential level. It's work, You either do it and get better, or you don't, and you die.
Does
The
it?
choice is yours.
That's how
the
it
choice is. So 5 years ago, I made the decision.
Have you also seen BoJack Horseman?
I can't watch it actually.
Dude,
I can't watch. I actually stopped watching at one point.
it's so bad.
I broke.
It's
I
so
broke down,
good that it's bad. Yeah.
I broke down into tears. I used to be religious about that, but then I was watching one of the newer seasons, and I couldn't stomach it because when he was abusing substances at one point, I just couldn't watch it because it was so it was being covered to such an uncomfortable level, and seeing a guy want to try and better himself and fail was really hard to watch.
Over and over. And it's just the thing, like I always say this: we should not be related to BoJack Horseman. You know, he's a millionaire, very famous. He drink. He's a horse.
He's just a sad dude with a traumatic past that keeps trying to patch it with the wrong things. And he's a perfect example of the cycle of addiction. It's just, and he keeps cycling on itself. And even though the addiction keeps changing, he just keeps. And when he finally corrects shit, it doesn't matter. And that's the sad thing about it. And that's why I haven't watched the last couple seasons of it because it hurts too much to watch.
I haven't finished it yet because I don't know if I want to end or
it's hard to stomach. It's hard to, and to which is a testament to the writers because they made something so damned uncomfortable. out of people with
cartoon
horses. About cartoon horses, and it's like, yeah, that's what they did. But you can watch Tuca and Birdie because that's coming back. Though I should probably watch that, I guess. I haven't watched that yet. As a matter of fact, when it got canceled, I was like, ha ha, that's what you get, a-holes, for not watching the show. And then it got brought back. Well, egg on my face, better watch it.
That's how they. I mean, that's kind of like a Fox strategy, right? Cancel everything that you like, so then we'll make a bigger friend.
All those were being canceled anyways because the animators were going to unionize at the company that was making those shows, and like, oh, the shows are canceled. Oh, so once I did that research, I went, oh, it wasn't canceled due to low ratings. It was canceled because they don't want to have to actually pay everybody a salary that they deserve.
Yeah,
collective bargaining.
Very fun. Oh, capitalism is.
No, that they hate collective bargaining. Hey, you know, I heard a quote which was hilarious. Socialism now, or you're gonna get communism later. And I'm like, ooh. Like I watched the video.
I don't mind socialism. Not a bad.
You know what's weird? I had to explain this to my parents. I keep voting for the party that taxes me more, is because if I'm ever on the receiving end of something really fucking bad, and if I'm in a place where I need to use that, I would sure as hell love to know that there's a safety net for me. If I want the knowledge of knowing there's a safety net there for me if something bad happens, then fuck's sake, I should pay into it when nothing bad's happening to me because that's fucking fair. Same thing as your old person mentality, taking care of all elderly. Same mentality. If you want it, then you gotta be willing to pay in for it.
And I forgot who said this too, but he was saying like, I'm not a student anymore. Like I don't go to public school, but I don't mind paying taxes that money goes to school because I don't want dumb people to run around this country.
Yeah, that's why they need to reform school because there's a lot of dumb people running around the country right now.
Yeah, and it's been the same strategy in the last 50 years, and it's not working.
Well, it's grades are useless. Grades are useless to a certain degree in school. It doesn't really do anything.
Teach you how to take tests really well. Not really well, but at least that's what we're trying to teach you.
There's one Northern European country where they just don't do testing, and they actually have a higher level of learning because kids don't feel the pressure of failure.
But that would not work with so many cultures, though.
No, I know, right? But that's the thing. You gotta wonder.
I'm Asian. Come on.
Oh my god. What is? Oh my god. My one actor friend. He's Asian. He has one of the funniest jokes that he tells all the time. Oh my god, this is dangerous. But do I have permission to tell this joke? Can I ask for permission from you?
Do it.
He says it with an accent. I will not be saying it with an accent.
Do an accent.
He says like, my father always said this to me. He said, "You have two paths: doctor or engineer, or hepatitis A. Why not hepatitis A plus?"
Oh yeah, you're Asian, not Bayesian.
Okay, I've heard that one too. I've heard that one. I appreciate that level of like self-awareness for like a deep-rooted cultural issue. So if anything, I hear from North American, like my North American Asian friends, they make so many jokes about their race.
Oh, I make so much about it.
Shit, dude! I don't even got that many white people jokes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We can have a culture that we can make fun of. That's why.
Oh my god! Like someone asked, "Why are you into Mirko? Why are you into Mirko for My Hero Academia?" Well, I'm sorry, guys. If I don't want my future to be I've seen the end game for white people. I kind of want my kids not to have to deal with that.
Dude, Louis C.K. made a good point. Not saying that white people are better, but it's definitely better to be white for now. But that might change very soon. We don't know. We'll see.
I all I can say is I'm just like I wish I could tell my fellow whites who are just denying the issues. I'm like, you seeing this shit, guys? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think everyone's going to be like, oh well, we can't beat them, dude? They're going to beat us because, and I honestly, I want to do a stand-up bit about just this. I'm like, do you not understand how fucked we are? So guys, you got to cash your chips out now. Be okay with your kids getting married to someone who isn't white and just embrace it. Because guess what? We now live in a blending culture where people of every ethnicity interacts with each other on a daily fucking basis. So guess what, guys? They're going to fall in love with each other pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like that's not the solution. Just everybody fucking everybody.
You're West Coast. You're a West Coast boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm working on it too. To help diverse.
You're gonna try and convert someone. You got some like you just binoculars out there. Yeah, there's some women over there. Come on, boys.
Have you heard about the Church of Asia?
Everyone's wearing their nice suits because they just got to be charming. That's the thing.
I don't know how to date anymore though. Like these days,
you don't know how to date anymore. I do. Truthfully, oh fuck, I need to get going here. But I'll say this: I recently in January I realized I was polyamorous.
Okay.
I realized that's something I've been struggling with.
But that's so hard to do, though. Like, I have so many friends who said they're poly. They say they're poly.
It's hard. It's fucking... Dude, I don't even understand it fully, and I feel like I've already made a couple of mistakes. And it's a learning process. But the problem is, like, I've found myself... just being in monogamy doesn't necessarily work for me, as I've tried being monogamous, and I've failed. And it's causing me a lot of issues. And I think being able to be true to yourself is... There's nothing worse than living a lie.
So for a poly person, I know, are they usually?
I am not an expert. I am not an expert.
People?
I am not an expert about this. Let me just be very clear. It's with the consent and knowledge of other people you're speaking to flirtatiously. I'll break this down a bit. They're aware that you are talking to other people, and that will continue on.
Mm-hmm.
There's that, and that is part of how you fundamentally see things, and that's fun. And there's a lot of people like that. A lot more than realize it, actually.
That's something I can say that's related to it. Just pretty quick, don't worry. There are people who are monogamous, but they are sex worker or stuff like that, and it still have the same kind of pressure, you know? Like, their partner has to understand that how very clear communication, how they separate between treating this person and what's treating someone else, and what is work, and what is also someone else, you know, that kind of thing.
And that unto itself is a whole new thing in general. Like for this culture right now, they say sex workers it's the oldest profession, because it is. It truly is. It goes all the way back before history was recorded. And so and now there's like this culture war over just even doing that. And I'm like, really? It's interesting. But like, here's the thing. It's hard to speak on issues like this because we don't fully understand them yet.
Oh yeah. It's still,
it's
still very
which
new.
is why, if I can say anything, guys, it's okay to plead ignorance. I don't know shit. I have answered, I don't know enough about that subject to have an opinion on that subject. I have said that so much in the last 8 months.
No one say that though.
What? No, you
Twitter.
Say it. Just say, I don't know enough about that subject to talk about that subject. I am not knowledgeable enough to have an opinion on that. It's okay to have no opinion due to ignorance. It is perfectly fine to have no opinion due to ignorance. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I know shit all about so many different things that my friends love. And I'm like, I don't know anything about that. That's your thing. Keep doing you, though.
No, I agree. You know what? I know you got to go, so I'm going to let you go.
No worries, dude. Thank you so much for having me, Martin. I appreciate the talk.
Thank you everyone for watching. Again, you can catch me live on stream, at least the podcast part, on Tuesday, Thursday at 6 p.m. twitch.tv/MartinWongPhoto. Of course, I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all this good stuff. So yeah, come find me and then we'll talk more. And also, I normally stream just like him. So we'll talk about anything and we'll be honest about it.
No, we'll try our best to be. And remember, guys, reach out for help if you feel you need it. There's no shame in it whatsoever.
All right, thank you very much and have a good night, everyone. Bye.